This is my 1970 Yamaha CT1B, and today I'm going to be fixing its most fatal flaw. You might be asking yourself, what could possibly be wrong with this Yamaha? You just got it running. Besides me stealing the fuel filter to put onto that Honda, this thing is having some issues. And along with any old motorcycle, this is a 6-volt system and the electrical is just lousy. My name's Mason, and welcome back to another episode of Misplaced Garage. This bike actually did not come from the factory with blinkers, and that's not a big deal. Where the problem lies is the fact that the headlight doesn't work and the taillight only works sometimes. Here in Washington State, you don't actually have to have blinkers on a motorcycle around, I believe, 1970. Don't quote me on that. Under the seat here, I did actually replace the battery a while ago, and that still seems to be holding a charge. But on these older bikes, the headlight does not actually run off of the battery. If you're looking for a short on an old motorcycle like this, you actually have to have it running because the headlight is spun off of the magneto, which is spun off of the crankshaft, which makes power. So if the crankshaft's not spinning, you're not making power and you're not powering up the headlight. Somebody actually labeled one of these wires in here, and this looks like it went to the front brake light switch. These are replaced levers, so they no longer have the light encased in them. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the gas tank because it's in the way of most of the wires. Now that I've got the fuel tank off, I can actually start digging into the wiring. And there's coils on the inside, and when this spins, it creates electricity, and then that electricity is sent up through these wires. And so up here at the headlight, it seems yellow, black, and green. So most likely yellow or green powers the headlight. So I'm gonna come down here, and what's coming out of the coil, I have a green, yellow, and a black. So now I get to trace these wires, make sure all the connections are good. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it if you intend on working on any sort of automotive wiring or anything like that. But this is basically just a little prong. You stick where you think it's getting power, then you ground it to somewhere on the motorcycle or car, and it will tell you if it's giving you power because this little light will light up. So I have it clipped to the top of the head fin up here. I gotta figure out which one's my power wire and see which one's producing power. Green wire is not power. Neither is the yellow wire. Apparently none of them are the power wire. See if the teal is the power wire. Teal is not. There it is. It's the black one. The black one is the power wire. I read a wiring diagram and realized that 2 of the wires going to the headlight are obviously power wires because there's a high beam and a low beam. So my switch might be a problem. And as I'm looking at it, one of the wires isn't even connected. So that might be a good place to start. So this is actually, if you can see it, that blue wire there isn't connected. And I don't actually know exactly where it's supposed to go. I'm gonna see if I can resolder this. I don't have a point to my soldering iron anymore, so it might be a little difficult. I think I'm just melting that plastic. You guys might be able to smell this right now. Ow! That was my skin. Yeah, that felt good. That was my skin. Upon some further research, I've learned that this green one should be making power. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace the lighting coil because I think that's the best place to start. If that should be making power, I should be getting something. I got the lighting coil swapped out now. I didn't want to resolder the connection down here on the capacitor because I didn't want to risk ruining the capacitor, so I actually just spliced the ends of the wires together because that would put less heat down here on the capacitor. Got the new lighting coil and magneto back in, and now I need to hook up all the wires. I know I need to hook up the neutral switch here, or the neutral light switch, and I also need to hook up over here, but I want to test over here if I'm actually getting power from these wires, because my suspicion is this green one and this yellow one should be doing the high beam and low beam function. This is where the power should be coming from. Now it's time for the true test to see if that changed anything. I have a suspicion that I think something changed. Test the black, make sure that's still making power, which I'm pretty certain it's gonna be. Yep, still making power. Neither of this green or yellow was making any power before, and I think these are the lighting circuits for the headlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and test both of those. Not seeing anything from the green right now. No green. Oh! I'm getting something. I'm getting some power out of that yellow. This is awesome. Now, I guess what I need to do is test out up at the headlight, see if I'm getting power up there. Because if I'm getting power up there, that means my headlight is going to work. So I'm gonna test them all. See the yellow. Okay, starting off bad. Yellow is not making any power. Let's go to green. Starting off real bad. Green's not making any power. Let's go to black. Pretty sure black's the ground, so I feel like that shouldn't be making power. Oh! I saw something. Ooh, there's some power going to black. If you guys can see it, I get a little flash. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bike all put back together, and I will see you guys when it's running. And now let's see if this thing is going to produce some power to the headlight. I'm really hoping so, because that would be just awesome. It would make this bike legal to ride on the road. We have a headlight. It's running right. The switch even works. So this is high beam and this is low beam. Check this out. Yeah, it actually switched. This is awesome. Oh! And the backlight for the gauge is working. I was having the neutral light work, but this backlight wasn't working. I'm super happy now. This is great. Well, the headlight is in fact working, but what is with me and just leaking gas everywhere? I can't get away from it. What is the deal? So yeah, guys, I'm super stoked to have the headlight working on this motorcycle again, and the backlight on the gauges was just an added surprise. I'm super stoked on that. I'm gonna leave this video here. I appreciate every one of you who are watching, and I appreciate you guys who have ordered stickers. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. And if you made it this far in the video, stay tuned for this one.